Good morning. I'm the Senior Technology Analyst for Bloomberg Intelligence, and what I wanted to do here today was essentially give you an idea of how the confluence of cloud, big data, and AI is going to change the workplace in the future. A little bit about BI. BI is the research platform for Bloomberg. We do company and industry analysis, and we talk to buy side, and we look at the fundamentals of a company. So let me start off with AI differentiation. One of the things that what we have seen with cloud and big data and technologies maturing is essentially companies have found a way to leverage the cutting edge technology, be it chips, be it memory, be it storage and processing, and really use it for intelligent information processing. What do I mean by that? If you look at the commonly used AI techniques right now, be it on the computational side or just natural language processing, machine learning, deep learning, what it helps is with intelligent information processing, automating a lot of the manual work which is repetitive in nature, and it really helps drive efficiency. So we have not seen that kind of productivity improvement for a while, but our view is, given the cloud and big data and AI convergence, you're going to see more and more of that through the effect of platforms. What AI can't help with is creativity or conversing with human beings or just relaying human emotions or human touch. So that's one thing obviously AI has limitations with, and we're not going to see much of it. In terms of impact, you're going to see personalization in everything. So one of the biggest use cases for AI is it makes products more targeted. And what do I mean by that is, basically you have got real-time data on everything, on usage, on transactions, and it really helps to personalize everything when you are marketing out, to your customer base. It helps with supply-demand matching. It helps with, literally displacement of repetitive work. And that's what I mean when I say, you're going to see changes in workplace. That's one of the things you're going to see. Anything that's repeatable will probably get automated. And that's what will drive productivity. So we thought it would be useful to just size the market. So cloud is pretty much how things are going to be done, on the back end. And just with, anything that involves running your infrastructure will be on the cloud. That's why it's the biggest market. Big data, obviously, it's pervasive. It's available in real time. And you're going to see, increased use of it. AI is really the new kind of market that has been created simply because we now have the infrastructure to do these kind of, processing and make it readily available for products. So here are the top use cases, and I thought it would be useful to just talk about, where are we going to see the maximum impact. So customer service, the BPO work, you're going to see a lot of that getting displaced simply because AI can do it much more efficiently. In healthcare, we think there is a big use case around just digitization of healthcare and how you can use AI for pretty much finding, treatments and really using that digitized data for probably future discoveries. Intelligent processing automation, this really involves claim processing and stuff like that. And you're going to see that used across insurance industries and a bunch of other industries. Predictive maintenance, obviously in utilities and telcos, a combination of AI and IoT can drive a lot of usage, in terms of automating that maintenance. And then security is one of the big use cases of AI. So you're going to see, a lot of the security use cases play out. And fraud analysis is something that the banks have been using for a while, and you're going to see that grow over time. In terms of efficiency, and here is kind of where the platform effect comes into play. So what you're going to see is companies like Apple, Netflix. If you look at the revenue per employee, it's, in case of Netflix and Apple, it's close to $2 million. And what it suggests, if you compare them to the IBM and the Coca-Colas of the world, is companies like this have been able to leverage the data, leverage, the kind of the outsourcing when it comes to the infrastructure side, and use it to drive pretty much the, a leverage when it comes to revenue per employee. And you're going to see that grow over time. Obviously, that's not reflected everywhere in case of Alibaba or Uber, but still the asset-light model is being enabled a lot by, eliminating repetitive work. Platform potential, this again goes into the market cap, and you're not going to see just platforms based on, controlling software. In probably, 15, 20 years back, you had Microsoft and Apple, which were controlling the operating system, and that's how, they became a platform. Now it's about user base. So companies like Netflix and Uber and, any company that has 100 million plus user base is a platform. Any company, any marketplace company is a platform. So the third example I can give you is around big data. Any company that has collected a lot of big data will become a platform over time. So you're going to see more and more platforms emerge, both horizontally as well as vertically, and that is going to get reflected in the market caps over time. Again, I wanted to talk about the subscriber base as well. You can see how these companies are shifting more of their spend on R&D versus, G&A or sales and marketing, simply because they can, drive that leverage if they make improvements when it comes to technology, and that's reflected in the subscriber numbers. And also, I think it's important to talk about just the tech contribution to the world indices. So what we have seen over time is obviously, tech is becoming a bigger portion, and that's where governments will step in, to rein in whenever they see a monopolistic platform. So our view is you're going to see more AI platforms emerge, but at the same time, governments will try to rein in wherever possible in terms of monopolistic behavior. So, and finally, I think I wanted to spend some time on the predictions. So what you're going to see is repetitive jobs will probably be eliminated. And I talked about, how companies will outsource a lot of the work. Outsourcing was the first step when companies, outsource the services work, then they outsource the infrastructure work. And now anything to do with, manufacturing will be done by, a Foxconn and who has such a big robotic setup. So repetitive jobs when it comes to manufacturing and, services will probably be performed by specialized companies. And I think you're going to see leaner workforce probably within companies. Chips and computing power, obviously, the Moore's law continues to be applicable. We continue to, GPUs, CPUs is an example of how the processing capability continues to increase. It becomes more real time. So that's going to, and you couple that with 5G, that's going to drive unprecedented connectivity and automation. And then, like I said, if 5G rollout were to be successful, that's going to enable a lot of the use cases around driverless cars, around just machine-to-machine connectivity. So you're going to see a lot of monitoring use cases emerge once the 5G rollout takes place. And then personalization. I think I touched on it earlier. You're going to see pretty much personalization from every company with scale. Previously, I think the notion was if a company is operating at scale, it doesn't know how to personalize. But now with the confluence of big data, AI, and cloud, they are able to personalize a lot of the products, and you're going to see mass personalization emerge. And finally, the digitization of medicine and the human body. And I think here there's a big opportunity which companies like Amazon and Apple are looking to tap, wherein once you capture the data around pretty much healthcare and anything to do with medicines and how a person is being treated, it can enable so many use cases, simply around the treatment or how you provide help to that person. So I think this is probably one of the areas where we haven't seen much traction yet, but our view is given AI is maturing, you're going to see more of it. That's all I had, and if there are any questions, I'll be around. Thank you very much.